You know, I'm really bored. I want something to paint, something that's inspirational and most of all appealing. Stay right there. I'll be back in a mo. Thanks for hanging around. I found the perfect subject, which is very appealing. So hang around and you're going to see one juicy portrait of this little orange. Yeah, I just raided the fruit bowl at home and was looking for something to paint, so I just grabbed a banana, an orange and an apple. Nice, quick, simple paintings. I just drew them all freehand and just mixed the colours and painted them out. I'm using 5 colours with this one that I've been using on the other videos, with the addition of cadmium orange, because the 5 colours that I usually use can't hit. They're limited in the range they you can achieve with them when you're trying to mix colours. So if you have a very vibrant colour like a red, a blue, or in this case an orange, or even a strong green, you do need to use stronger paints just to hit those colours. So as well as the cadmium orange, I'm using the titanium white, cadmium yellow pale, alizarin crimson, burnt umber and ultramarine blue. And as usual, that's white, yellow, red, brown and blue, and in this case orange as well. Okay, as when I usually paint, I've gone to the darkest colours first. Also, if you're looking at the colour wheel, what's opposite to orange? Yes, that's right, blue. So I've painted a blue background to this one just to bring the orange off the canvas a bit, just to complement it. Okay, so I've quickly painted in the dark areas, the shadow side of the orange, and I'm going towards the lighter areas. Again, I'm going to keep this quite loose as with the other paintings, just so I can do it quickly. I pre-mix my colours as well. If you look at the video, if you watch the video on mixing colours for the banana, you can see how I mix the colours for this. I've also done a bit more in-depth video on colour mixing when I did a painting of the copper kettle, explaining and showing you how I hit the colours that I did. Okay, so I'm just going on to the lighter side now. And you can see already by focusing on your values, from the dark to the light, how you can create a sense of 3D on a 2D surface. So you can get a feeling of the sphere of the orange. Just working around the top area there. knowing that's slightly darker than the front side, because on the front, especially because it's a sphere, part of it's really hitting the light. Always keep shapes in your mind when you're painting. Like this is spherical, so I'm always in the back of my mind thinking about making sure my shading and values are correct, and to try to get it as if it's coming off the page or the canvas. Now I've got all the paint on, I'm just going to work it a little bit, but I don't want to overwork this painting. I want to keep it quite loose really, but still I always like to have a kind of feeling of realism. So I'm just doing a little bit nice easy blending, but not too much. Go and check your fruit bowls and go and find a nice banana or apple or something to paint. This is the fun side of painting. Just do things like this. Instead of it being a long drawn out process and lots of thinking about what you're going to paint, you can just do, you know, some really fun, quick paintings like this. Good practice as well. I'm looking at the reference all the time as I'm painting. In between brush strokes as well, I'm, you know, sometimes checking values and colours still, and cleaning brushes, and I've just edited it to take that boring part out, just so you can see how I'm working it. Already it looks like a nice juicy orange. Just working the shape of it there as well, and also working it into the background colour a little bit. Even though I'm trying to paint this quick, there's still part of me that holds the reins a bit, you know, not to rush it too much and to get the areas how I want them. That's why I'm going in around the sides again now, just trying to get that form right. At the bottom of the orange as well there, the colours are a little bit more intense because the colour from the orange is bouncing off the surface and back up to the orange, making it look even more orangey. I'm just putting highlights in there. That when he's putting in the highlights, it will start to bring the orange, you know, more forward to the viewer. as I'm painting as well, I'm always thinking about things, and sometimes you can see the paintbrush hovering around for a moment as I'm really looking at what I need to do next. There's a slight dip in the top area there, so I was just lightening that up a little bit. Just working the lighter area, making that a little bit lighter. Always thinking about 3D. You don't need to paint the way I'm painting, just the principles of colour mixing and what paints I use. You could use those, but you could paint your orange as a real impressionistic painting if you wanted to. You could make it flat or do whatever you want, or take it to that high level of realism. You should always paint really, how something appeals to you, how you want to paint. And that's a difficult thing at first. When you're learning to paint, you're always looking at other artists and trying to copy off them, and what paints do they use and what brushes do they use, what subjects are they painting. But it's nice, if you can get yourself into a position where you're comfortable with the way you paint, and you can paint the subjects that you want to paint and paint them how you want to paint them. I'm just making that shadow a bit stronger at the back of the orange. I'm trying to bring the orange forward again a bit more from the canvas. It looks kind of a bit plain on the top when I've gone back to the top there, where I'd lightened it. So I'm just trying to break that up a little bit with a bit more darker orange, because of the texture of the orange would be like that. As you see, I'm going to paint the apple next, which is the top right from the orange. You could paint yourself a nice still life on a nice canvas. Just get a few pieces of fruit or whatever you'd like to paint, and do a nice little setup with it. And I'm just painting these on little canvas boards, but if you wanted to do something that you can put on your wall or give to a friend, or maybe even sell at your local art store, at your local gallery, you could use a nice canvas and just use these painting principles. I've learned lots of different ways of painting. I'm self-taught, but I've obviously read books and watched videos, so you kind of develop your own way of doing things after a while. So I paint sometimes using quick drying mediums like liquid. You can paint in layers, or I'm using more slow drying paint in this one, and just painting it direct in one go. So there's indirect painting, in which you can build your painting up, maybe from an underpainting, and get to the point where you can do some glazing and scumbling. Or this is obviously, this way of painting is the opposite. You just want to get, in this case, the orange painted in one go, one layer. Just tidying the edge up again there. Darkening it as well, just at the edge, just to again bring it forward, make it more 3D. Yeah, I sold the second still life I ever painted. Some friends came round and I was halfway through the painting, and one of them bought it straight away. So, you know, don't be shy about taking your paintings to art galleries and seeing if they can sell them for you, or see if a friend wants to buy one from you to support you. Well, anyway, that's how you paint an orange. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned lots from it. If you'd like to learn to paint, I've just started my own Patreon channel, which is Paul Anthony Barker Art on patreon.com, where for a small monthly fee you'll have access to my painting tutorial videos, which are in real time. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you've not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the notification bell if you'd like to see more of my videos in the future. All the information about this video and the materials I used is in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.